What's good, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony, aka Descendant of Chaos and Controversy, and I just want to address something real quick. You know, um, whenever there's a debate or a topic of discussion, and it has some regards to race or whatever, I want to know what is the purpose coming from those who are white to always want to inject or bring up or throw in the face of black people. Well, what about black on black crime? What about black on black crime? Like, what is the point of you saying that? Do you think that black people aren't aware of the black on black crime that goes on in their community? Do you think that black people aren't affected by the black on black crime that takes place in their community? Do you think that black people welcome the crime? Tupac has said something in one of his interviews. He said something to the extent of when people ask him about his music and stuff like that, or when they feel that, oh, you got a killer in your apartment building, or in the projects, or whatever the case. He said, why is it the misconception that white people feel that we don't have those same concerns or those same fears of those particular criminals like everyone else does, just because they're black? You know, there's a lot of misconceptions that is thrown out there with sound ignorance. But since people like to use the black on black crime as a rebuttal to certain racial issues, mostly when it's police related topics, I got something for y'all. Okay, so I'm very well aware of when I try to balance the scales. When I said, okay, you know what, the policing issue isn't just a black issue, and then I've made a video, covering how police affect the white community. And I said, it's not black people's responsibility to be the mouthpiece or the spokesperson for other people's injustices. We're trying to figure out and correct the injustices that affect us, that people have an issue with and have a problem with when speaking out against these injustices. Okay? So basically, what it boils down to, like, I'm aware of what goes on. I'm aware of, the issues that other ethnic groups, along with white people, have with the policing here in America. But if you stay silent about it, don't say nothing about it, then you're accepting, the mistreatment that is afflicted upon you. And that's not other people's responsibility to correct that. But when we try to correct it when it's affecting us, it seems people take an issue with that. But when it comes to the convenient rebuttal, well, what about the black on black crime? Look, you guys kill each other, whatever. Look at the gangs and stuff. Okay, so let me respond to that whole black on black crime argument with the, well, what about the white on white crime that happens here in this country? And then you want to talk about kids that's involved. Okay, so of course, I'm sure there's a whole list of examples that I could just name off, but I decided to highlight a few just to make my point. We all know about the incident that took place with Chris Watts. Um, Speculated that the reasoning why he killed his family, his pregnant wife and his two kids, was because of the affair he was having with another woman. But yet and still, white family, husband murdered his family. Okay? Um, Andrea Yates, I believe that's her name, drowned five of her kids. Okay. And this happened in Houston. Susan Smith from South Carolina murdered her kids. Hmm. Um, Diane Downs. Well, in the arrest record, her name is Elizabeth, but arrested and convicted for murdering children. The recent incident. This wasn't a white on white crime, but you had white parents, right? The Hart family, murder suicide. Jennifer Hart behind the wheel that drove the vehicle off the cliff that murdered her and the kids. Kids were black. Okay. Um. Then you got other examples. When you want to talk about the black on black crime with the gangs, what about the biker gangs? What about the shootouts that they have at these gatherings and these bars and stuff like that? Nobody talks about that. Did we forget about the organized crime with the mobs and the mafia? And I know people want to throw in semantics and say, well, they were Italian, they were considered Sicilian, and this like that. They weren't really white. But again, with the semantics, people don't want to identify with being black. So they take on the identity of white. So I'm going to refer to you as such. Okay? You got white collar crime. You got people going to their jobs, killing everybody. You have a lot of crimes of passions. You got hitmen for hire. You got kids that actually kill their parents. What were those brothers that killed their parents because of their fortune or something like that? I can't remember right off the top of the head, but I'm pretty sure you guys know who I'm referring to. Um, and and I love when people want to like go with the statistics and stuff like that, and throw out percentages, as I've brought up before. Which I say, in a sense, when you trying to debate me with statistics, it's irrelevant when the conversation is taking place because I'm sitting there like, and your point is because all that's going to do is make me go back and look shit up for my damn self and see where the contradiction lies. Because if you can agree with we are the minority, meaning that we're lesser than, as far as our value and as far as where we are in numbers in our existence here in this country, and white people are the predominant factor in the equation with everything. So, with that being said, how do you think the statistics weigh out, percentage wise, if there's more of you and less of us? And lately it said that the prisons are being filled up more with Caucasian folks than black people, according to the recent poll studies. I'm not saying that I don't agree that black on black crime exists, but it's a pointless talking point to want to throw out there as the I got you moment because that doesn't mean shit. All that is when you say black on black crime, you're using it to try to insult a community or a group of people with your condescendingness. That's all that is. But when someone tips the table and use that same rhetoric against you with actual examples, points of references, you don't want to hear it. You rather shut me down, silence me, and then get all up in your feelings, be butthurt about shit when I'm spitting facts in the same manner that you've done. When you wanted to point out something to make a point, to support your narrative. But when you get somebody like me that can dispute you with examples that I have the capability of looking up and having my favor and presenting it to support my argument, I don't want to hear shit. I don't. Because a lot of people talk about, okay, you point this out, and they're throwing it at me like, yeah, but what about solutions? What about solutions? You don't come up with solutions. But I don't hear nobody saying that when I hear the other side of the spectrum throwing criticism on groups of people. And that's where the problem lies. It always seems like other people can get away with shit that they won't allow other people to do. And I'm sorry, but I can't go along just to get along, and I don't accept that do as I say, not as I do mentality. One side could get away with saying and doing whatever the fuck they want to do, but then condemn somebody else if they do the same thing that they're fucking are accountable for. And that's where the hypocrisy comes into play. It's cool for other people to point the finger and point the finger and point the finger, but then when somebody else turns around, points the finger right back at you, it's like, don't focus on me. Focus on them. Don't bring the attention over here. Keep it over there. Like, for real. And you expect people to just turn a blind eye to that and just not take notice of. You can miss me with that bullshit. Straight up. Because you ain't fooling anybody. Anyone that has, the sense to see and understand the bullshit tactics that's presented. But anyway, I just wanted to make that brief. I would have been more elaborate, but due to what's going on in my surroundings and stuff, I couldn't make the video the way I wanted it, presented it to the way I wanted. But this I have to do. Like I said, my videos aren't critiqued, in a fashion where it seems so professional. No, I'm coming at you in the form and manner that's more real. With real talk. Okay? But y'all be safe. Have a nice night. Until next time, until next video, please like, share, and subscribe. Peace.